there, welcome to SharePoint Server 2013 Core Solutions. My name is Christopher Harrison, and I'm the guy who's going to be leading you through the next handful of lessons as we journey through what Microsoft SharePoint from the administration side has to offer us. Now, what I want to do is I want to start off by talking a little bit about what to expect with the course. I want to talk about who the course is for and talk a bit about what it is that we're going to wind up covering over the next series of lessons. First of all, who's this course for? Well, obviously, since this is a course about SharePoint administration, this is definitely a course for SharePoint administrators. Now, you could be somebody that has experienced SharePoint in the past, maybe in 2007 or 2010, or maybe you're relatively new to SharePoint. Then maybe you've been bouncing around, and now it's time to start looking at the administration side of things. Maybe you've been playing around with SharePoint for a little while, you decide, hey, you know what, I want to go off and get certified. And you want to take the 70-331 Core Solutions of Microsoft SharePoint 2013 exam. This course is for you. Now, it could also be that you're a developer looking for more information about SharePoint. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to get into development in this course. But one of the things that my experience has always shown me is that SharePoint developers are better developers if they understand the administration side of things as well. So if you're a developer looking to see the other side, this is the course for you. Now, what should you bring to the table? Well, a basic understanding of SharePoint. Now I'm going to get in and talk a little bit about the basics as well in one of the very early lessons. But you definitely want to have a little bit of a foundation in SharePoint, even a prior version of SharePoint, before taking this course. You also want to be familiar with the basics of Windows administration, things like going in, creating groups, managing and working with services. And then you should also be familiar with Active Directory concepts. Things like domains, forests, OUs, groups, and users. Now, what are you going to expect to see? Well, you're definitely going to expect to see installation and management of SharePoint. So, installing our form, setting up our servers, configuring all of our different service applications, setting up our web applications, setting up our site collections. We're absolutely going to cover it. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about security, authentication, authorization, and even getting in and securing our farms by doing things like setting up certificates. We're going to talk about social networking inside of SharePoint, how to configure and set up our user profiles and our My Sites. We're going to talk a bit about data management, our managed metadata services, the ability to do content publishing, and we're also going to see a fair amount of PowerShell. One of the biggest things that came along with 2010 and is definitely carried through into 2013 is the ability to administer and manage SharePoint by using PowerShell. And so we're going to see how we can use PowerShell in a lot of different scenarios. Now, if you guys are ready, I know I am. What do you say we get started?